I'm going to share with you a recipe made from the versatile potato. Now when we think about potatoes, we always think about potato chips, French fries, or wedges. But today I'm going to make a dish that's a little more elevated. When we think about potatoes, I want you to also think about shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes, but today we're going to be making scalloped potatoes. So let's go over the ingredients. We have 8 large potatoes. Now I would have peeled the potatoes, and once I would have peeled them, I would have put them in some water to rinse them off. Then I would have sliced them thinly. Now if you have a mandolin, you can use your mandolin to slice the potatoes. They will be nice and even. But if you don't have one, you can use a knife. This is an excellent time to practice your knife skills. You can take the knife and slice your potatoes thinly. 8 large potatoes. We have 2 cups of grated cheese, freshly grated cheese. Any type of cheese you can use. 2 cups. 1 large onion which I chopped. We're going to make a cheese sauce. So for our roux, we have 4 tablespoons of flour and 4 tablespoons of butter. We have some cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and a pinch of salt to add some heat, and 2 cups of milk. Get ready to make our cheese sauce, but we're going to start first by making our roux. So we're going to add our butter. We're going to allow this butter to melt all around the saucepan, and once our butter has been melted, then we're going to add our flour, and we're going to cook it out for about 2 minutes. Making a roux is an excellent way to thicken any stews or sauces, and we're going to use that to thicken our cheese sauce today. So once our butter has been melted, it looks good. You can see all the bubbles at the side. We're going to get ready to add our flour to thicken it out. Our butter is nice and melted, so we're going to go ahead now and we're going to add our flour to thicken it up. As soon as you add your flour, just make sure you use a whisk, because we don't want to get any lumps, and we need to do this for about 2 minutes because we have to cook out all of this raw flour. So on a low heat, we're going to just keep stirring with our whisk until we cook out all of the flour. Now we're going to add our milk. We'll continue to whisk because we need to get everything fully incorporated. So we're going to add our milk and then allow this to come to a boil. And then we're going to add our cheese. I'm going to get it all in here, nice and melted. And then our cheese sauce will be complete. So let's just add it together. It smells really good. And we're going to add just a pinch of black pepper just to spice it up. But we're going to reserve the black pepper for the potatoes, but just add just a little bit to spice it up. We'll continue stirring our cheese sauce vigorously. Then after a minute or so, we'll allow it to simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes until we get a thick and silky consistency. Our cheese sauce is done. Just look how thick it is now. We're going to allow it to cool for a few moments. Just let me allow you to see how thick it looks. Oh, and so smooth. We'll allow it to cool for a few moments while we head over to our potatoes. Preheat the oven now to 350 degrees, and then we're going to go ahead and prepare to layer our scalloped potatoes. Now after greasing our baking dish, I'm going to just add a thin layer of our cheese sauce to the very bottom of our pan, of our dish. Wow, you should smell it. It smells really good. And now I'm going to add our potatoes. Well, I'm not that artistic, so those potatoes that might not have been sliced that well, those are the ones that will go to the bottom because no one is going to see them. But if you can do it in such an artistic fashion, then I suggest you do it. But since I know I'm not that artistic, I hear that all the time, I'm going to put those potatoes that are not that great looking to the bottom. Then I'm gonna add the other layers to the top. Now we're gonna add a bit of our onions on top of our potatoes. We're gonna just drizzle them all over the onions. Then we're gonna add some salt and black pepper. We're gonna add them to the potatoes. We'll do this at each layer. And then we're gonna add our cheese sauce. Our silky, gorgeous cheese sauce. We're gonna add it all over. And then we will repeat the steps until we get right to the top of our dish. Last row, we would have had at least 3 rows. We just make sure that all those little cheesy sections are covered. And then we're going to just sprinkle on a bit of grated cheese at the top. We're gonna add the last bit of salt and black pepper just to the top of these potatoes, so that all of our potatoes are flavorful. So now this is done, we're just gonna add the cheese. And then we're gonna put it into the oven for about 50 minutes. And then our scalloped potatoes will be done. Our scalloped potatoes are done. Just look at it. It smells good and it looks even better. Just look at it. I would have taken it out of the oven a couple of minutes ago, so it's really hot, but I can't wait to taste it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of it. Nice and soft. You just get into the potatoes so easily. I can't wait to taste it. Scalloped potatoes. An excellent side dish, but great as a main. This is the best way to eat potatoes. Scalloped potatoes? No, you need to try it.